Welcome back to Lightning 100's weekly live concert broadcast, Nashville Sunday Night. We are live from 3rd and Lindsley, and I'm Annalee, your host. How about Ben Danaher? Let's hear it again for him. Oh, that was super fun. All right, well, our next artist is a Western country roots singer-songwriter from the Canadian Rockies, and he stole my heart today when I heard him singing about being horse poor on Lightning 100. He was on the air this afternoon with our afternoon jock on Sunday, Casey. It was really fun to hear him. And along with his band, the Hurtin' Albertans, he's released 9 albums, including 2 that are gold, a platinum album. He has one that he released in 2015 that he made with Dave Cobb here in Nashville on New West Records called Things That Can't Be Undone. Now, he's been hanging around here writing some new songs, so we're looking forward to new music coming from our artist tonight that we're really happy to have here for Nashville Sunday Night. Give it up for Corb Lund.
Well, this is my prairie, and this is my home, and I'll make my stand here, and I'll die alone. Well, they can drill and they can mine on my smoldering bone. Well, this is my prairie, and this is my home. My water is poison, my calves are all dead, my children are sick, and the aquifers bled. They want a big pipeline right through Pop's Grove. But this is my prairie, and this is my home. Well, I can't blame the riggers or the boys driving truck for feeding their families and making a buck. But take a close look at the stock that you own, 'cause this is my prairie, and this is my home. Well, I ain't got the money that lawyers can buy. I don't got my own government's laws on my side. But I got this old rifle that my granddaddy owned. And this is my prairie, and this is my home. Well, this is my prairie, and this is my home, and I'll make my stand here, and I'll die alone. Well, they can drill and they can mine on my smoldering bones, 'cause this is my prairie, and this is my home. Something about horses, especially a pain. Whenever I see horses, it reminds me of what I ain't. Well, I am not your lover now, and I may never be, couple of pinto ponies. How things go, we'll have to see. 'Cause the hitch starts tied to the rail right now, and the silver jangles free. The saddlebags are snug right down, sugar right away with me. There's something about horses, especially in pain. Whenever I see horses, it reminds me of what I ain't. It's too late to see the bison herds dominate the plain, and I never hunted endlessly or sang and danced for rain. And I never had the war paint on, I ain't never counted coup, and I never lost my culture, at least, brother, not the same as you. There's something about horses, especially in pain. Whenever I see horses, I see a path I didn't take. How you doing in Nashville, Tennessee? Good to see you. As you can tell, I could go way deeper down that rabbit hole, but I have a whole bunch of songs that start out as love songs that end up being horse songs. It's a problem. But people have been asking me for a long time. We were talking about earlier, I've got a bunch of records. I've been doing this for quite a long time, and people have asked me what kind of music I play, and sometimes, for a while, it was alternative country, and then it was, sometimes it's Americana, and the Texans say it's red dirt, and sometimes it's roots, but I've decided to come up with my own subgenre. Some of you'll know this, but I call it agricultural tragic. It's #agtrage. It's a very narrow genre. I think it's just me, actually. But I'm going to play you one of those songs. It goes like this. Everything is better with some cows around. Living in town sometimes brings me down. Let me bestow this western blessing and leave you cattle bound. May you always have cows around. What else is gonna I'm off my game. Too much cow talk. Build up. What else is gonna make your pony puff and wheeze, or make you calve 'em out at below 40 degrees? What else is gonna eat you right completely out of feed? May you always have cows around. Well, you'd never get to see your banker otherwise, and you'd never get to fix no fence or hang no barbed wires, or have some neighbor's mangy bull breed the heifers that you prize. May you always have cows around. Well, everything is better with some cows around. Living in town sometimes brings me down. Let me bestow this western blessing and leave you saddle bound. May you always have cows around. What else can make the bishop swear like a sailor might? What else can cause such tension between a man and his wife? What else could ever bring all these enhancements to your life? May you always have cows around. What else is gonna get out when you don't close the gate? What else will make you prematurely show your age? What else will take a run at you in a fit of bovine rage? May you always have cows around. Well, everything is better with some cows around. Living in town sometimes brings me down. Let me bestow this western blessing and leave you cattle bound. May you always have cows around. Any questions? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I play this song in New York City. It's just crickets. No one cares what kind of cows. They don't care about cows at all there. Seattle, no. Toronto, definitely not. I'm just happy you have an appreciation for cattle. Here we go. Well, there's Hereford, Highland, Simmental, West Black and Maine and Juki, Needle, Limousine, Shorthorn, Charolais, what 202, Texas Longhorn, Corianny, Romagnola, Galloway, and Angus, Brahma, Brangus, Jersey, Guernsey, Holstein. Hey! Well, everything is better with some cows around. Living in town sometimes brings me down. Let me bestow this western blessing and leave you saddle bound. May you always have cows around. May you always have cows around. Thank you. It's funny because when I was 16 years old and picked up a guitar and started learning Black Sabbath riffs, stuff like that, I had no idea that years later I'd be standing in front of people listing off cow breeds. I didn't see it working out that way, but I'll take it. All right, here's another agricultural tragic. My dad's kind of a Renaissance cowboy. He was a rancher, and he was a rodeo cowboy and a Western artist, but he was also a large animal veterinarian in southern Alberta. So as the oldest son of a vet, you get roped into a lot of gory stuff that you should probably never see till you're older. So this is a talking blues song written by way of personal therapy, mostly. And I got one more new one after this. So Jade, my friend Jade is on deck. So after this one, we got another ag trad. So all nights can be ag trad songs, except for the military history songs, ladies. All right, here we go. The hardest part is the title. It's called The Talking Veterinarian Preg Test Cesarean Section Vaccination Gun Blues. It goes like this. Well, my daddy's a vet, and if I was one too, the one thing he always taught me to do was get paid. Cash money. See, jamming eggs is a mighty kind thank you, but not for the bookkeeper, not for the banker. The margin's thin on treating large animals unless it's a purebred or more understandable a racehorse of some kind. See, son, city folks pay a high dollar to make sure fight weight hot under the collar. That's where the money is. Boutique animal hospitals, shopping malls, and cocker spaniels, and Pomeranians. Hang your shingle. All right, second verse is absolutely true. I watched this happen to Dad in the 70s. Well, a blind old woman brings in a bird with a busted wing, and somewhere she heard we was good doctors. That night he died in a cage under our care of unknown cause, but we'll make it square, these things happen. Only one cure, though. Quick trip to the pet store. One morning come, I didn't want to upset her. For her own good, didn't see a need to tell her. But not only you boys have fixed his wing, it appears as though you've taught him to sing. You are good doctors. He ain't never sung before. I've had him for years. Well, if you've been in the business as long as I have, you begin to consider the plight of the calves. Fun-loving, carefree, frolicking little critters. Well, the first few months ain't all that bad. They never forget the good times they had, and then comes spring and branding time. Stuck in the ribs of the red-hot iron, tag in the ear, shots in the hip, the dehorn paste, and snip, snip, snip. Welcome to the world, little buddy. It's no picnic. Our last verse, also absolutely true, but requires some background information. In southern Alberta, where I'm from, they grow a lot of sugar beets. And when the sugar beets are mature, they're about the size of a basketball or a volleyball. And they go in there and they cut the tops off them, dig them up, put them in the truck, take them into town to process them into sugar. And then they turn the cattle in there because the tops make good winter feed for the cows. But unfortunately, mixed in with the green tops are immature sugar beets about the size of a tennis ball or your fist, maybe. And what happens is these cattle choke on them and get them halfway down the esophagus, and then they call the vet at 3 in the morning. He's got to go out there and either push it down the esophagus into the stomach or pull it out of the cow's mouth, or the animal will choke to death on the spot. So having said that, this verse isn't for the weak of heart. This is rural humor, so bear with me. Well, I've treated my share of sugar beet chokes. If it gets too bad, you gotta cut the throat and salvage the carcass. Dress him out on the spot. This one old steer, he choked real bad in the corner of the pen. He's mighty mad. I poked at the beat. It wouldn't dislodge. The farmer says, I got a dull knife back at the garage. I said, go get it. We gotta save the meat. So I made the jugular cut. Steer jumped to his feet, gave his head a shake, and coughed up the beat. Stood there and bled to death in front of his owner. Thank you, Doc. What do I owe you? Well, that's how it goes with the sugar beet chokes. Just don't get me started on. Just don't get me started on alfalfa bloats. Thank you. All right. My friend Jada, her name is Jada Dreher. She's half Canadian also. She called me up one day and said, I got a song started that's perfect for you. And I said, okay. And I went over there, and it was true. I helped her finish it. So this is the first time we've sung it together, on the radio, no less, live. So we're going to give it a shot if she's around. There she is. Ladies and gentlemen, my old friend Jada.
Hey, y'all, hey.
She's a horse lady.
Yes.
This is about a phenomenon that's sweeping the West. I suspect it's happening here too a little bit, but it's about when the lady spends all the man's money on horses. Do you know about this?
And their own money. It's a true story.
True story. Extra true this week, yes?
Extra true.
Folks think you're rich when they see you have horses. Well, that might be true if my income sources weren't eating up every month on the boardage for all of her four-legged friends. My accountant says that my funds are depleted, but I keep my wealth right where I can see it, in pastures and barns and in show arenas. And because of the money she spends, well, horse poor, I sell one, she buys two more. The luxuries we could afford if we was rich and not horse poor.
Well, he must have forgot at the show where he met me. Said the way I sat in my saddle was sexy. A cowgirl like me was worth every penny. You better start making sense now, my dear. And build me a barn, and it better be heated with a whole lot of stalls so Jesus can clean it. Buy me a stud and smile when you feed it. We're just getting started round here.
Well, horse poor, I sell one, she buys three more. The luxuries we could afford if we was rich and not horse poor. By the power that's vested in me by the ponies, you should be saddled in this matrimony. I now pronounce you man, wife, and horses. You may kiss all your money goodbye. Well, horse poor, I sell one, she buys four more. The luxuries we could afford if we was rich and not horse poor. Horse poor, I sell one, she buys five more. The luxuries we could afford if we was rich and not horse poor. Wait till you see the music video for that one.
Yeah.
Miss Jada Dreher, ladies and gentlemen. A fellow ag tragedy. Okay, occasionally I write songs about other topics that I'm interested in. And this song is about my guitar player's brother. Has anyone seen me with the band, the Hurtin' Albertans? Well, they're doing well. We're going to fire up the band in May and do a bunch of American touring, so hopefully we'll see you with the band. But this song is about Grant's brother. You know my guitar player, Grant? He's very talented. And it turns out he comes from a really talented family because his brother is also really skilled at his job, but it's a completely different line of work. His brother buries people for money. He's a grave digger. And this is for him. And he's really good at it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of scary, actually. He's really into it a little too much. dig, dig, grave digger. Dig, grave digger, dig. Work that shovel with bigger grave digger for rigor mortis sits in dig. Yeah, dig, dig, grave digger. Dig, grave digger, dig. That big old hole just keeps getting bigger, so dig, grave digger, dig. Well, he don't mind the cadavers, he don't mind human remains. He got no problem sleeping that night, ain't nothing little whiskey won't take. I asked about ghosts and spirits, I asked him if he ever got spooked. I asked him if he ever gets haunted by souls, but he reckons that it buries them too. Now he ain't bothered by corpses, he'll plant stiffs all day. See, he on some kind of piecework deal, and he get paid by the grave. Oh, dig, dig, grave digger. Dig, grave digger, dig. Work that shovel with vigor, grave digger, for rigor mortis sits in dig. Yeah, dig, dig, grave digger. Dig, grave digger, dig. That big old hole just keeps it getting bigger, so dig, grave digger, dig. He could be making more money, he could be out working the rigs, but he says he don't really like no company. He says he'd rather just dig. Well, grave digger, he got secrets, he whispered as he lit up a cig. He says you gotta watch you don't badger the hole when you're cutting through the roots and the twigs. He works right through in the darkness, and then he stops and he takes him a swig. Right by the right time of the night, so my spine in the moonlight doing a jig. Dig, dig, grave digger. Dig, grave digger, dig. Work that shovel with vigor, grave digger, for rigor mortis sits in dig. Yeah, dig, dig, grave digger. Dig, grave digger, dig. That big old hole just keeps it getting bigger, so dig, grave digger, dig. Thank you. Thanks, folks. Well, this next one is my mom's favorite song. Actually, I should retract that. This is my mom's favorite song of mine. Her actual favorite songs are all Neil Diamond songs. But this is her favorite song of mine, which is something, right? This is about the Cougars and the Grizzlies in southern Alberta, where I live. If you don't know this, the geography of the situation is you have Colorado, and then Wyoming, and then Montana, and then Alberta's way up here on top of Montana. And it's very similar with the Rocky Mountains and stuff. And in recent years, we've been pushing the habitats of the Cougars and the Grizzlies. So this is for them, I guess. Truth comes out as the fire burns low. It comes to light as only embers glow. The whiskey talks, the west wind moans in the night. The deadfalls gathered and the branches are cut. The kindling crackles and the smoke curls up. The small sketch let bigger stuff will burn. Chinook dies down as the dark descends and the pine is burned, the ash is cleansed, the message smolders, is lost but finally sent. Well, Connie says she's never seen the cougar so bold. They're coming in the yard and they're stealing young colts. They drag him in the brush with the claw sunk in their nose. The weather's been funny 30 years or so. The winter's got warm and there's not as much snow. Hear the big cats coming cause there's nowhere left to go. You gotta look out for bear when you're fishing on Lee's Creek. They'll come round the bend and they'll make your knees weak. There's grizzlies where there was no grizzly bears before. half heard voices from the ghosts from the graves. The grandfathers tell us at the mouths of the caves. Only old chiefs older than Jesus can save us now, if we're lucky. The white man lights a big fire, stays cold. The red man's warmer, but the old man's old. The antelope seeks the buffalo in the night. Yeah, the antelope mourns the buffalo in the night. You gotta look out for bear when you're fishing on Lee's Creek. They'll come round the bend and they'll make your knees weak. There's grizzlies where there was no grizzly bears before. The truth comes out as the fire burns low. It comes to light as only embers glow. The antelope seeks the buffalo in the night. Stay with me through September. Summer didn't last, and there ain't nobody in New York City could need you half as bad. Stay with me through September. Yeah, the nights are getting cold. Old man winter gonna be here soon, and the cattle still ain't sold. Stay with me through September. Yeah, I know there ain't much to do, and I guess I did my share of starving in the city. I was young once too. Well, I can picture how you're living in a tiny 4-floor flat. I guess there's times that 1,000 acres in the Rocky Mountains can't compete with that. Stay with me through September. I know the flight's already booked, but I couldn't let you go and leave it like this without giving it a second look. Stay with me through September. Yeah, the pace is kinda slow, and there ain't much glamour on the old back quarter, babe. I guess I gotta let you go. Well, I can picture how you're living in a tiny 4-floor flat. I guess there's times that 1,000 acres in the Rocky Mountains can't compete with that. Stay with me through September. Summer didn't last, and there ain't nobody in Oklahoma City could need you half as bad. Well, I can picture how you're living in a tiny 4-floor flat. I guess there's times that 1,000 acres in the Rocky Mountains can't compete with that.
Hey. Well, listen, thanks for coming to listen, everybody. I appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. It's good to know that people far from home know my songs, although I gather that some of you are not far from my home. Are there some Canadians here? Okay. Well, here's a song I want to dedicate to one of my oldest friends in the music business. Actually, one of my oldest friends, period. Mr. Harry Stinson. He's an old buddy that produced 3 or 4 of my records, and he's a good bud. And he's here tonight. And this is off the first record we did together a long time ago. And things were pretty lean back then, and the budget was real tight when we made the video for this song. We had to get my sister to play the love interest. True story. And it's kind of weird because we look alike, kind of. She's super hot. Anyway, how you doing? Where's Harry sitting? See some more? Hey, buddy, love you, man.
I'm gonna shine up my boots. I'm gonna go into town. I'm gonna scrape up $20. I'm gonna throw it around. I'm gonna buy me a dance, first lovely lady that I see. When our dance is through, well, I say, will you marry me? I'm gonna shine up my boots. I'm gonna go into town. I'm gonna scrape up $20. I'm gonna throw it around. I'm gonna find me a game with Holtman if I can. I fold them all night long till I got me a hand. I'm gonna buy us a ranch with a Palomino herd, and I won't mean no harm, babe, and I won't say a word. When misery comes to call, I'll give to him my life. I'll sit with him a while and share my horse, my home, my wife. Okay. I'm gonna shine up my boots. I'm gonna go into town. I'm gonna scrape up $20. I'm gonna throw it around. I'm gonna buy me a dance, first lovely lady that I see. When our dance is through, I'll say, will you marry me? I'm gonna shine up my boots. I'm gonna go into town. I'm gonna scrape up $20, but I'll probably just drink it down.
Thank you. Well, since we're live on the radio and everything, this is probably a good time to play a brand new song that I'm not too sure about, right? That's good? Okay. It's kind of 2/3 written. It's not completed yet, but I figure I'm among friends here. I feel safe. Kind of goes like this. Everybody likes fancy picking. Everybody likes good fried chicken. And a lot of people like to read old Chuck Dickens, and man, I like it too. Well, I like Chuck, and I like chicken. I like Slim, and I like picking. I like it a lot to see a bucking horse kicking. But baby, I love you. Everybody likes fancy picking. Everybody likes good fried chicken. And a lot of people like to read old Chuck Dickens, and man, I like it too. Well, I like soup, and I like hockey. I like a drink and a fishnet stocking. I like it a lot when your mama stops talking. But baby, I love you. Everybody likes fancy picking. Everybody likes good fried chicken. And a lot of people like to read old Chuck Dickens, and man, I like it too. Something like that. Another commercial hit. I don't know if does anyone have any requests? I can't guarantee I'll play them, but can't play that one. I need the band that's a band song. There's about 4 songs I need the band. Okay, I should reconsider this plan. This is a bad plan. Okay, I heard that one. I'll play that. This is a song from my dad and my brothers and uncles and grandpas. It goes like this. From my buddy Ned Ledoux, too. He's been hung up and stepped on and outdrawn and reduced to tears. He's done his best thinking with his hand in the rigging for years. He's got an old trophy saddle he won back in '75.
He's getting too old to travel. He's lucky he's even alive. Well, he's a bucking horse rider, and he likes them a little wilder than most. And you can tell just by looking, though he'd be the last one to boast. Unless he'd been drinking, but hell, he's been dry now for months. Well, he's a bucking horse rider. He won down at Pendleton once. He's rode moonshine and free bars and hat rack Reg Kessler's whole string. There ain't a sound he likes better than hearing them silver spurs ring. The squeak of the rising leather and the thump of the hooves. Well, he's a bucking horse rider, and tonight he's got nothing to lose. He's a bucking horse rider, and he likes them a little wilder than most. And you can tell just by looking, though he'd be the last one to boast. Unless he'd been drinking, but hell, he's been dry now for months. Well, he's a bucking horse rider. He won up at Calgary once. Yeah, he's a bucking horse rider. He even won old Cheyenne once. Thank you. All right, I got one for you. I got an idea. This will work. Well, I want to be in the cavalry. They send me off to war. Well, I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a horse in a volunteer force that's riding forth at dawn. Please save for me some gallantry that will echo when I'm gone. I beg of you, sirs, let me lead the charge and the battle lines are drawn. Let me at least leave a good hoofbeat to remember loud and long. Well, I'm not a good foot soldier, make I'd be sour and slow at march. And I'd be sick on a Navy ship and the sea would leave me parched. But I'll be first in line if they let me ride. By God, you'll see my starch. Look back with the heat with the laurel wreath underneath that victory arch. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Let me earn my spurs and the battle's blue and the day is lost or won. I wield my lance as the ponies dance and the black gods fire their guns. A saber keen and a saddle carbine and an army Remington, where the hot lead screams of the cold, cold steel and maybe a cavalryman. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Yes, sir. I've been play their flutes and stir up my boots and place them back to front, because I won't be back on the riderless black and I'm finished in my hunt. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry, but I won't ride home no more.
Thanks. All right. In a similar event, this is the title track from the record that last song is from. It's called Horse Soldier, and it just went gold actually about 3 months ago, which is it only took 9 years, but hey, I'll take it. Anytime a military history album can go gold, I'm happy with that. So this is a title track. It's about the history of the cavalrymen from Genghis Khan to the Mounties. It goes like this.
I'm a hussar, I'm a Hun, I'm a wretched Englishman, riding Bonaparte at Waterloo. I'm a dragoon on the dun, I'm a Cossack on the run, I'm a horse soldier, timeless through and through. Well, I was with Custer and the 7th, 76 or 77, scalped that little bighorn by the Sioux. And the tears and desperation of a once proud warrior nation, this I know, 'cause I was riding with them too. We drank mare's blood on the run when I rode with Kubla Khan on the frozen Mongol steppe while at his height. As a white guard, as a red guard, as the Tsar's own palace horse guard when Romanov was murdered in the night. Well, I knew Saladin and rode his swift Arabians, harassing doomed crusaders on their heavy draft. And yet I rode the Percheron against the circling Mohammedan, and once again against myself was cast. Well, I'm a hussar, I'm a Hun, I'm a wretched Englishman, riding Bonaparte at Waterloo. I'm a dragoon on the dun, I'm a Cossack on the run, I'm a horse soldier, timeless through and through. Well, I've worn the Mounties crimson, and if you're silent and you listen, you'll know that it was with them that I stood. When Mare Thorpe, she cried as her 4 horsemen died, gunned down in scarlet coldest blood. I was the firstest with the mostest when I fought for Bedford Forest, suffered General Wilson's Union raid. Mine was not to reason why, mine was but to do or die at Crimea with the charging light brigade. On high from Swiss or Sweden, be me Christian, be me heathen, the devil to the sailor I shall put. And with a crack flanking maneuver, I'm in Hulan, a la Suba, striking terror rings a regiment of foot. Well, I'm a hussar, I'm a Hun, I'm a wretched Englishman, riding Bonaparte at Waterloo. I'm a dragoon on a dun, I'm a Cossack on the run, I'm a horse soldier, timeless through and through. Well, I knew my days was numbered, but oh, the trenches lumbered. More modern machinations of the war, no match for rapid fire or the steel birds in the sky. With a final rearguard action, I retreat. No match for tangled wire or the armored engine swine. Reluctant, I retire and take my leave. Today I ride with special forces on them wily Afghan horses to Storm's Northern Alliance and their thanks. No matter defeat or victory in battle, it occurs to me that we may see a swelling in our ranks. Well, I'm a hussar, I'm a Hun, I'm a wretched Englishman, riding Bonaparte at Waterloo. I'm a dragoon on a dun, I'm a Cossack on the run, I'm a horse soldier, timeless through and through. Yeah, I'm a horse soldier, eternal through and through. Hey. Thanks. All right. One more of those. This is a song about one of your countrymen. I think he's from Georgia, actually. I talked to him late one night. He was a covert operator, and he was involved in the stuff in the Central America in the 80s, and this is his story. They took away our dog tags, they had us grow our hair, they gave us student visas when we was over there. They staged us out of Hondo, El Este Salvador, and I guess you'd call us Contras, but no one calls us much no more. There ain't no fun in killing folk, and I don't wanna do no more. My great-great rode at Shiloh, and Grandpa drove a tank. Daddy was a cavalry, flew choppers in Da Nang. Well, I worked mostly clandestine, which branch I should not say, but we played with better guns, and I could use the extra pay. Did Reagan give the order? Did cocaine pay the bills? Well, they said we was fighting communists, but it was kinda hard to tell. There ain't no fun in killing folk, and I don't wanna do no more. Well, this was before Blackhawks and RPGs were king. My buddy on the door gun, he never felt a thing. When our Huey caught a rocket and both the pilots killed, well, it pitched us over sideways on some Nicaraguan hill. My back felt like it's broken, and my legs I could not feel. But I kept on shooting communists, but it was kinda hard to tell. There ain't no fun in killing folk, and I don't wanna do no more. Well, I never did heal up right from injuries sustained. Officially in Germany and officially while we trained. Well, I remember all their faces, I dream about them still. And I know we was fighting communists, but it was kinda hard to tell. There ain't no fun in killing folk, and I don't wanna do no more. Well, I still speak the cold logistics that warriors speak so well. Foxtrot, Tango, Whiskey, Alpha Golf, Tango, Hotel. A soldierly bravado, an unspeakable guilt. Well, that village, it was communist, but it was kinda hard to tell. There ain't no fun in killing folk, and I don't wanna do no more. Yeah, believe me, I've done plenty, boys, and I ain't gonna do no more. Of course, if they back me in the corner, they'll be dead before they hit the floor. Thank you. Okay, on a slightly lighter note, we got time for a couple more, and my old buddy Hayes is here somewhere, I think. You guys know Hayes Carl, right? I didn't give him much warning, so I'm going to talk a little bit. This is a song that we came up with because a lot of times once you play music for a while, young people come and they say, "Do you have any advice for me starting out in the music business?" And besides going to law school,
The second bit of advice that we've been able to offer these kids is to put a Bible on the dash of your van so that if you're touring around the country and you get pulled over by the cops, then you just have a fighting chance of having them think you're a righteous citizen or whatever, right? And another interesting angle is that Hayes' son Eli is here tonight. Elijah, round of applause for Elijah. And Elijah, he's 14 and he's an excellent magician, not musician, but magician. He does card tricks very well. And I think probably the same advice would apply to him. That's my thought on the matter. But we played this song together a few years ago at the AMAs, and we played it at CMT. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, my buddy Hayes Carl. We played it at CMT, and we kind of screwed it up a little bit. And then I jumped on stage last night with Hayes in Knoxville, and I kind of screwed it up a little bit. So we put 10 minutes of work into this, and we're going to nail it this time.
The best we've ever done this.
All right, here we go. Two nights standing Tulsa, pulling out and headed west. Brady grabbed the Gideons from the hotel in the desk, and we said, "What's the matter, brother? Are you worried about your soul?" He said, "Better safe than sorry, boys. That's just how I roll." We hit the road, feeling cool as Crosby, Stills, and Nash, overflowing with the Spirit and the Bible on the dash.
Well, we pulled the whole thing over for the flashing red and blues. Police came to the window. We said, "Have you heard the news?" He said, "Don't get smart with me, boy. Why you doing 95? My foot is heavy with redemption. I'm just blessed to be alive." He said, "I ought to pull you out of there and beat you black and blue." I placed my hand upon the good book. Said, "What would Jesus do?" It's better than insurance, registration, or lying. It's better than these fake IDs I keep on buying. It's even better than an envelope stuffed with cash. They always said it saved me, that old Bible on the dash.
Well, around these parts, that hair load will make probable cause. If you're moving through my county, you'll obey my earthly laws.
Oh, we did our best to quote some holy writ, chapter and verse. Kind of music you boys making?
We said,
Christian music, sir.
we thought about it, contemplated, twirled his caught mustache.
All right, you boys, be careful now. Just don't drive quite so fast. It's better than insurance, registration, or lying. It's better than these fake IDs I keep on buying. It's even better than an envelope stuffed with cash. They always said it saved me, that old Bible on the dash. Crossing at the border, a few months later we heard freeze. Pull in over there, son, we're gonna do some search and seize.
Maybe if we'd been more famous, he'd have said just move along.
If they'd have seen us on the TV,
Or if we'd had hit single songs.
he was just about to ask us where's the money, guns, and hash. I was hoping it'd save me, that old Bible on the dash.
Well, his hand was on his pistol, and his dog was on his leash. And that shepherd, he was a-keeping a pretty close eye on the sheep.
We got a list we're gonna look at, see if we can't find your names.
We got parabolic laser beams that hit
Everything you say. We got ultraviolet x-rays that can see right through your bus.
I said, look out, man, the NSA's got an eye on all of us.
It's better than a green card. It's better than lying. It's better than these work visas I have to keep buying. It's even better than an envelope stuffed with cash. Lord, I'm at the border with a Bible on the dash.
Mr. Hayes Carl, ladies and gentlemen. We nailed it. It's funny. We were talking earlier about how uncomfortable it is when you have to go sing with somebody for us and you don't have a guitar. So Hayes did an extra good job because he had to just stand there awkwardly. I know what that's like. I've done it before myself. All right, we're gonna play one more. This is a song that's sort of about the family history as well. Our family ranch is about 5 miles north of the Montana border, and there was a period of time in the 20s when it was illegal to drink alcohol in America, but it was legal in Canada still. We followed suit a few years later, but there was a few years overlap there where it was still legal up north. So my grandfather got a great idea. He loaded up the saddlebags and got the ponies ready, and he filled them full of booze and went over the border to perform a public service for you people. And as far as I know, he didn't do it for profit. He just did it out of the goodness of his heart. So this song is called $5 Bill, and the subtext is that you owe me a drink. I wrote my new song on a $5 bill, but I won't be able to sing it until I get hot on the trail for to pick up a track of the doodle little thief and get my $5 back. I first got the $5 on my Montana man when he come across the line with a pistol in his hand. He said, "Give me all your money," but I got to his first. I took his Colts too and the whole first verse. You see, you couldn't buy liquor in the States back then, so we saddled up the ponies and we loaded up the gin. Rode underneath the shadow of the Grand Old Chief to get some Northern Rocky Mountain kind of tax relief. You couldn't count on the cattle when the marker got down, and the veterinary bills to the doctor in town. The kids needed shoes and they had to get fed, and a big old bank lien was over my head. I wrote my new song on a $5 bill, but I won't be able to sing it until I get hot on the trail for to pick up a track of the doodle little thief and get my $5 back. Well, they wouldn't stop talking about Canadian rye, okay, and the palate is crisp and it's dry, and the Seagrounds bottle tasted mighty top shelf. I said, "Well, thank you very much, sir," cooked it myself. Of course, that didn't wash with the boys down south, judging by the stream of color coming out of their mouth. I can't figure why, 'cause where I stood, I got them just as damn drunk as any store-bought would. I wrote my new song on a $5 bill, but I won't be able to sing it until I get hot on the trail for to pick up a track of the doodle little thief and get my $5 back. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I shall return with the boys, probably with the band. Here comes storm. I need absolute silence for the last verse. Thank you very much. It's very important. Here comes storm across the border with 6 to 8 guys. Some damn fool saw 50 deputies. There weren't no sheriff nor a marshal inside. I guess the lawman was up a drinking whiskey all night. He said, "Give me all your money," but I got to his first. I took his Colts 2 and the whole third verse. He picked my back pocket, worked the $5 loose. I had tucked in behind a can of Copenhagen Stews. I wrote my new song on a $5 bill, but I won't be able to sing it until I get hot on the trail for to pick up a track of the doodle little thief and get my $5 back. The doodle little double eating son of a gun of a song stealing chicken eating thief and get my $5 back. Yeehaw! Thank you very much, everybody. Lots of fun.
Corb Lund live on Lightning 100. Give it up. That was so fun. If you're in the club, don't go anywhere. Corb's got a few more songs for us. Man, that was great. You're listening to Nashville Sunday Night live from 3rd and Lindsley. Let's hear it again for Ben Danaher. He was great too. What a night of music. Corb and Ben both have merchandise here in the club tonight, so check that out before you leave. And if you are here, don't go anywhere. We are definitely not done yet. Thanks so much for being here tonight, and thanks for listening. And tune in next Sunday. We will bring you 2 great singer-songwriters. Bill Eberly will be opening up for Miko, and she is fantastic, too. So hope to see you next Sunday. We'll be giving away tickets all week on Lightning 100. Nashville Sunday Night live from 3rd and Lindsley is produced by Lightning 100 and made possible by Ron Bryce and the great staff here at 3rd and Lindsley, and by you for coming out to support live music. Thanks so much. Have a great night. Thanks for listening to Lightning 100.